Hi everyone, Shannon here. Today is January 3rd and I wanted to update everyone that I do have some good news. We were able to get out of quarantine and go to the hospital to visit my grandfather yesterday. So after traveling for exactly a whole month, I left Seattle on December 2nd, and after quarantining in a couple different cities and being locked down here in Xi'an, we were able to get to my grandfather under special orders that we were able to obtain. So I didn't take any videos of the time in the hospital, but I did want to show you guys what it was like to actually travel outside of quarantine quarters and to travel through the city while everything else is on lockdown. And we did take the subway to the hospital, which took about like an hour and a half. And once we got there, we had to get a COVID test at the hospital, which they administered outside. So that was another an hour and a half of waiting to get the test taken. We paid extra to get the expedited results. It ranged from 2.5 hours to 3 hours. There was an option for 4 hours and there was another option for 6 to 8 hours. So of course we opted to do the fastest one. So after about almost 3 hours of waiting outside, we were able to get our negative results and we went in to see my grandfather, who has been in the hospital for about over 3 weeks now. So it was definitely worth the trip. We were able to finally see him. And after staying with him for about 3 hours or so, we had to leave. So I don't know if we'll be able to go back to the hospital at all, or what the situation is, because it was under lockdown. It starts kind of aligned because the wing that he is in had a suspected COVID case, so they were very, very strict for the last 1.5 weeks. And just yesterday, they opened up to allow special visitors. So we were able to coordinate everything and see him. Now I do want to show you our travel through the city, and it was very interesting because at every single point where when we were getting on the subway, out of the subway, onto the street, or even out of our complex, we had to show documentation, and there were nobody on the streets, and most of the cars that were going by were all police cars patrolling the streets as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do want to say a very, very big thank you to everyone who has reached out to me to let me know that they kept me, my family, and especially my grandfather in their prayers. So I really do want to thank everyone for your love and support. Thank you. Hospital waiting after we got our COVID test. There are people who are selling cooked meals for anybody that wants it. And then there is you have to wait 3 hours for the COVID test to come back before we can be entered or admitted into the hospital. And that was the COVID site. Standing over here because it's sunnier.
Yeah.
Guys, I just got my result. After 2.5 hours of waiting, now we can go into the hospital. Yay! subway. Not very full at all. Most people are stuck at home. Only very, very essential people are allowed out.
Please follow the signs.
We've arrived at our station. I really like the design of the subway because it's actually double doors, so you won't have any accidents falling in to the tracks, that is. So this subway was built about, I believe, like 5 years ago. It's pretty modern still. And it took about 3 years for them to finish. They have checkpoints at every entrance and exit for the subway. Except I can't really find how to get out right now. And every waiting area has one of these commercial TVs, but it does tell us what the station is and when the train will arrive, which right now is 5 minutes. And then the next train is in 20 minutes now. So it's actually a little bit more trains than this morning. This morning was every 30 minutes. And now it's every 15. But it changes. During normal business hours when the city is not under shutdown, it's more like every 5 minutes. The street of Xi'an, there are no pedestrians. Sometimes you see one or two. And then a few cars that go by, but most of them are police cars. Patrolling, making sure that people are staying in. So, it's definitely very deserted right now. Everybody's staying inside.